No, that's
There we go.
No. That's the other one.
Well, hi everyone. Can you hear us? There we go. We're back. There we go. Sorry.
Hello.
So that was a disaster. No sound. Yeah, we're back.
Sorry.
So let me try again. Sorry we're late. The reason we're a bit flustered is 3 minutes before we closed the shop, 2 orders from Uber Eats came in because we send wine around Madrid on Uber as well, and so we had to quickly
set up the bags, to call the customer because we had not one of the wines. And
then it's like, here we are. The sound's not in. So we're back. So welcome to the start, the shambolic start of our February box. Welcome back, everybody. Here we got Kevin's here, Ulrich's here. I'm here saying hello. Kevin's here again. Pablo, hi Pablo. Matthias is here. My parents are not here today.
No, your parents.
No.
They are the vaccine.
No, my parents already have the first vaccine. My grandmother has it.
Oh my god. Then she's going to last 300 years.
You get to vote Brexit and get the vaccine all in the space of a couple of years. Another success for the United Kingdom. They are at committee meetings. Craig's here. Hi everyone. So, welcome back. Now, before we start on our lovely new wine, the Quadis or whatever, we have to do something.
So we have some homework. Where's my computer?
I'm sorry. We have to announce the winner of last month's. What was the prize for last month?
We had a course of wine.
Let me show the prize again for those of you who don't remember. So, some of you may remember that this was available to be, as usual.
Classic Taracat.
This was the prize.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Various wines from La Legua Winery. So you can win the box, and you can win a visit to the winery, which is what fell out of the box.
Yes. So we have here all the participants of the contest, and
so we have
this beautiful
Laura, Lorena, Craig was there, Ulrich was there.
A lot of people.
Samantha Wegman was there, all these people. So, here we're going to go for the...
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready or not?
I'm doing the jump roll.
Okay. Laura
won. So well done again. That's her second win.
Oh my god.
But this month gone, she was very good. She pretty much uploaded all of them. Laura, Thilek, when you want, please come by and pick up your wine box, your wine course.
Laura.
I think that's enough of that. So, well done, Laura, for winning that. Commiserations to the people.
Do we have a prize for this box? Right?
So yes. So in case this is your first time watching, which I'm sure it isn't, but the reason Laura won is because she did the most regular posts on her Instagram of the tasting. So if you enjoy this wine, that's great. But if you want to win something, you need to enjoy the wine and at the same time take a photo of your tasting, and then we will do the sorteo. And this month we've got a very sexy thing. Let me get the box.
From Bodegas Castaño, one of the most prestigious wineries of Yecla.
We've got... Go! Oh yes. We have a whole magnum
of Detrás de la Casa.
Of the sexy Syrah from Yecla, which is near your hometown as well, isn't it? I know
around that.
But in theory, it's closer than Pumilla, no? To you? No?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Pumilla's further away.
If you want to drive to Yecla, you have to cross line.
No, but you... Oh, there is
a customer.
You can't come in.
No.
Estamos cerrados.
Sí.
Mañana.
¿El viernes tenemos?
Nos llaman mañana.
Well, the thing is that customers love us.
Yeah.
We should be open 24 hours.
I like when they're just like, can I make a reserve? It's like, not now, piss off. But the problem is, because we are waiting
we love our customers.
I hate it. Because we're waiting for Uber, we can't close the... Usually we're in a little bubble here, now we look like we're open. Anyway, so if you want to win this lovely magnum of Syrah, all you need to do is take a photo of your tasting, upload it to Instagram, to Twitter, Facebook, whatever you want. As long as we see it, we'll make a list, and then at the start of next month we'll do the lottery and we'll see who wins. Thank you guys. Already gave my YouTube thumbs up. Insta shout for the night. Very good. Laura's already trying to win it. So, Rocket Madrid, what are we drinking to start off our February box?
As you, well, the ones who have been joining the January box know that we love to taste weird grapes. No, because actually it's the best way to learn about wine. I mean, if you're stuck in Tempranillos and Garnachas, you don't really explore all the things Spanish wine can offer.
You could live happily and
so today is one of those days of exploring different grapes. And
6 in one bottle.
Yes, 6. But it's because one of them, it's Tintilla de Rota, is actually the first reason we have this bottle in the box today.
7 grapes, I should say.
7 grapes. So,
just 1 or 2.
So it's one of those coupage that sounds more like an accident.
No, whoops.
Oh my
No,
God.
Merlot's in there now.
So Quadis, as you can imagine, was born after an earthquake.
The famous 1984 earthquake of Cadiz.
What? First of all, what did you expect from Tintilla de Rota?
It's a strange grape.
It's a strange grape.
I mean, of course, I've done my homework. I'll give you the story later. But to be honest, I don't really know because it's kind of like a medium to full-bodied grape. It's not like a monastrell or something. But traditionally, it was used to make sweet wines, and even today, I think there's only about 4 wineries making 100% Tintilla wines. I tried one the other day, which was my first ever 100% Tintilla from the area, and I was like, oh, I'm so excited. And then she said, oh yeah, but this Maridina de Gaditão are famous, and she was like, ah, but remember, this is nothing like the normal Tintillas. I was like, well, so to be honest, I don't know, because I've never really had them, and today it's part of a blend, but as far as I see, they're pretty juicy and generous grapes, shall we say.
Well, then, after this brief introduction,
I wonder if the police will come around and think we're open and be like, Chicos, you have to close. We'll see. Cheers. To the most precarious tasting.
And you're not wearing the mask, and you're not keeping the
I know, I
distance.
say I'm not wearing them. We look like we're in this ridiculous bar. She smells French.
Wow, I love it.
Wow, yeah.
It has like a sweety thing.
Maybe that is the Tintilla.
It's like something gummy.
Well,
let's just start with the power. So if you have the box, you have received 6 of this, 6 tasting sheets, and well, the wine is Quadis. Quadis actually is the original name of the city of Cadiz.
All right, that was on my list of. Oh, that was going to be me to surprise you. Like, did you know? Yeah. So obviously Cadiz.
In which language? Okay.
Phoenician.
Okay.
Is it? Good. I was just presuming. I've got a C1 level in Phoenician.
Oh my god.
So I presume it's because I have been calling it Quadis the whole time. So I presume it's Quadis. And that becomes Cadiz.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is 2018 is the vintage. Grapes.
Okay.
Here we go.
So, every grape you can imagine. Cabernet Sauvignon, Petit Verdot, Merlot, Syrah, all French, and then Tempranillo because Spain, but then Tintilla de Rota. So there's 7 grapes in here.
So, do you know the proportions?
No idea. They don't tell me.
Okay.
I don't know if you found any information.
No.
But I was in contact with Barbadillo and they told me nothing.
Okay.
On the website,
Oh.
nothing. I would imagine from the nose, it's got a decent amount of Cabernet Sauvignon and Petit Verdot because you can smell that green
because
pepper.
actually, are there 100% Tintilla de Rota?
Yeah, these guys have one.
Okay.
Brand new. Kind of annoyed they didn't tell us. It's more expensive. It's called Tintilla Nude.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I had never seen 100%
No,
Tintilla.
and I think
So I thought it was one of those grapes that, you know, it's
There's not many.
It's not.
Willy Perez.
It can be too much for a mono variety.
Also, there's two types of 100%. There's people making dry red wine 100%, and there's people making 100% sweet sort of styles, which we'll talk about later. Willy Perez has a nice one, but you don't see them. The one I tried the other day, I forget the name. It was a German guy. It was Vino de Mesa table wine. It wasn't in any regions, so they're not easy to come by. Often we find them in blends, and I guess they work really well. But it's very.
There's another popular wine in this shop called Barba Azul.
Yeah, we did that on one of the confinement boxes. Like third box or something.
Yeah, and also we have Finca Moncloa.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one.
But all of them located in this Cadiz area.
Yeah. Quadis area.
Quadis area. The alcohol content is
15.
15.
This is why I think maybe you're getting that sweetness with the alcohol, maybe.
Ooh. And the producers is the famous Barbadillo. It's
So
huge,
much-
right?
This is the thing. Again, I will try to not be boring, but more on Barbadillo later.
Have you ever been?
I've been next to it. It's enormous. Barbadillo is famous sherry bodega, but they have white wines, they have red wines.
They have a wine that you don't allow me to have in the shop.
I love
Eva
it.
cream.
No, we were on the point of getting it, and then COVID hit, and then it was not really the time to put creams in. No
Do
one's buying
you
it.
want to have an argument here online? Right now? With Uber Eats coming?
Just remind me, and I'll order it. If you want it, I'll order it. I'm happy to have it.
Okay. I will do it tomorrow morning.
This is-
So, yeah, they are huge.
So yeah, for those of you who maybe been down the south of Spain, obviously if you have this, you'll see it's Vino de la Tierra de Castellón. That's right, Vino de Tierra de Cádiz. More on that in a second. But Barbadillo is located in Sanlúcar de Barrameda, which is one of my favourite towns in Spain, and it's home of the famous grape wine style Manzanilla. Barbadillo, inherently the lifeblood is sherry styles, but they also have these other styles. But it's right. If any of you have been to Sanlúcar, right in the town is the beautiful squares and the seaside. If you go uphill, there's a little castle. Really cute little, medieval thingy-bob. And next door to it, you have this enormous winery. Look at that. These are the big sherry. They call them catedrales de vino, wine cathedrals, and it is enormous. And it's right next to the old, what they call it, medieval castle thing. But it's a real
beautiful.
Traditional Andalusian. Loads of white walls. Loads of arches, little patios.
You could retire there.
But then, and you could drink that little white wine that you. No, it's Eva.
What's the problem with Eva cream?
Mm.
It has the name of my sister.
Look at this beautiful thing. I have no problem with the Eva cream. The cream's great. Eva cream sounds weird. That wine, but they have another white wine which is not my favourite. A very cheap white wine which is in lots of tapas bars.
Yeah, well, yeah, and you have it in all supermarkets.
That's the one I don't want to have in the shop. But the Eva cream we will have. If you want the cream, I'll happily put it in. You know I love sherry.
For the first time I say I want a wine from sherry, and you concern.
I mean, it is a cream. No, it's very, very good. It is very, very good. But yes, so this is Barbadillo, which has a range of wines. They're obviously red,
Yeah.
but they are they have brandy as well, but they're mostly known for the sherries traditionally. But we're noticing a lot of wineries, especially down in the south, they have various little projects basically.
First,
Oh,
my bet's on Rocket.
I don't know what. What are you talking about, Matthias?
It's my bet.
So yes, and the region of the zone is Vino de la Tierra de Cádiz, because down here you've got Jerez, the sherry area, and if you don't want to make a sherry, you've got a problem because the only denominación de origen there is Jerez. So instead, for people who want to make red wines, white wines, rosés, you can instead have Vino de la Tierra de Cádiz. But we'll talk again about that.
Okay, so let's move to the visual.
Looks like red wine.
Ruby.
Yeah, this is. It clings to the glass, though, doesn't it? Look at the cup.
How many barrels here?
How many barrels?
How much time you got?
Insane, man. How many barrels are here? 11 months in French and American oak, and those barrels are second and third use.
It surprised me it has this intense ruby color, and after all that time in the barrel.
But not that much though. It's only 2018. It's not an old wine. This has not had much time in the bottle, which is interesting.
Very inky.
Very inky though. That's probably the selection of grapes in there.
It's clean.
There's no teeth in it. Now that nose, a lot of Cabernet Sauvignon and a lot of Petit Verdot. It has that. There's a chemical called pyrazines, and pyrazines are the aroma that gives you green pepper, pepperiness, leaves, this kind of idea. And the pyrazines are quite high in grapes like Cabernet Sauvignon, Petit Verdot, which you can smell.
We had 100% Petit Verdot from Arayan. The Arayan Petit Verdot.
Oh yeah.
The 2 boxes.
2011 was very old.
Yeah.
Petit, I love Petit Verdot, and it works really interestingly in Spain because you get a little bit of that.
But it's very herbaceous.
Yeah, herbaceous, exactly. Which is why I presume this has got a good quantity of that.
But I find it very easy to drink. Very easy to drink.
It's really structured. It's got body.
What about the aromas?
Hang on. Or is it Cabernet Sauvignon? Have they misspelled it?
Oh my god.
Bloody idiots. Barbadillo.
Sauvignon.
It's a different grape actually.
It's an autochthonous variety.
I find that so
from
funny.
Quadis.
I find that so funny. Yes.
I think we have here one of the Uberids.
Yes. Hang on, let me put my mask on. You keep talking about what you can smell.
Yes.
Let me go give this man.
Well, about the aromas,
You're
what do
gonna
you have
hear
here? I mean, of course, there's something toasty. Those 11 months leaves, some woody notes. But I get a lot of ripe red fruit here. Vanilla, licorice. What do you think? What do you get? Sorry. What do you think about the aromas? Because I get this, it's like a very young and super fresh wine for me, but it has wood. I mean, I'm surprised with this wine about that. What do you think, Luke, about the aromas?
Really great.
Impress us with your.
Ciao.
Ciao.
What I am interested in is there's not much oakiness, which is probably because of the fact. Is he gone? Is he gone? We took all of it in one go. Can officially close our shop. I feel protected. So,
2 more happy customers in the world. Well done. Good job.
we're gonna be rich! So, what is interesting is, this is the game of oak. So, you can leave wine in a barrel for 11 months, and you think, oh, it's gonna smell oaky. No, because here, one of the barrels, or a mixture of barrels, have been already used for 2 years prior, or 3 years prior, second and third use it's called. So even though it's been a year in a barrel, these are barrels that are losing their aromatic power.
Yeah. For me, it's very fruity. I love it.
It's really fruity. Yeah, it's really good. I quite like the Cadiz red wines actually, because they're rich, but they all seem to have a freshness to them, which you would not expect. Fresh but has some weight. Yeah, exactly. Eva berries. Yeah. Muy suave. Yeah. Cabernet Sauvignon. Spice and berries. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's and in the mouth, for me, it's very smooth. It's what I like it.
That's that lovely alcohol. It's got,
it's the alcohol.
but it's got a structure to it though. This is such a good. So I know for a fact, because I've watched all of their publicity materials. Barbadillo sell this wine and another wine, the Joven, to one of their famous restaurants in town. And the chef sommelier of the restaurant, he pairs this with some glaciado sticky Andalusian costillas ribs. Ooh, yeah. Oh well, more on the food in a minute, but yeah, this is a nice wine.
Well, balanced. Finish is quite long.
It's lovely. It's a really classy wine.
Which I think, and I connect with the pairing. I think it would work perfect with any grilled meat.
Yeah. Ribs, steaks.
Secreto Iberico. Oh.
God. I had a salad for lunch. I'm going to have a sandwich for dinner. And you mentioned, actually, maybe explain Secreto. Or do you know where it's from? I know where it's from.
I couldn't locate the.
So, for those of you
which part of the animal is.
This is where an ex-food tour guide comes in handy. So there's a cut of meat in Spain which is possibly the best cut of pork, which is called El Secreto Iberico, the secret of the Iberian pig, which comes from between the loin, the back between the loin.
Here we have a pig.
So between the loin and the shoulder
Okay.
at the back, there is a very fatty.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, all of you on the internet. There's a very fatty, meaty bit of meat, which they call the secreto, and there's two ideas as to why it's called Secreto Iberico. One idea is it's like the secret. Every country has their own cuts. In America, they have a T-bone steak. In Spain, they have, badilla steak. Everyone has their own cuts, and the idea is this is the little Spanish secret, or it was the little secret of the carniceria, the little butcher. He would keep that special bit for himself. He would sell the steaks, he would sell the chops, but he would keep the secret for himself. Anyway, really amazing.
Not to be confused with entraña or vacío.
No.
Okay, but
It's bloody good.
back to wine.
I quite like that there's not a lot of oak to this. Yeah, it's oaky but not oaky at the same time. It's great.
Yeah, but also you would pair with stews,
This?
cured cheeses.
That pisto we had,
Oh,
I tried it the other day.
it's really good, right?
Had a fried egg on a pisto. A kind of a ratatouille ragu would go nice with this. Or chili, a non-spicy chili con carne.
That could work. Yeah.
Because I had this with my friend Steve, and I made chili con carne, and it went really good.
So, suggested glass. I wouldn't go for a super big
No,
one.
it's not super aromatic in that sense of like oakiness.
Temperature, keep it.
16.
16.
Normal.
16. And the price, good news. It's not super expensive. It's around 8-9 euros.
It's like not 8.90, 9.20. This is a steal. This is a real bargain.
Yeah.
But yeah, in general, the sherries and the vinos de la Tierra de Cádiz, they're very good value.
Yeah.
Always. And this is the Crianza, and it's that the Joven must be like 3 euros. So yeah.
Well,
What do you want to begin with?
let's talk about.
All this crap out of the way.
Tell me about the wine or the grapes in this case.
Well, okay, very, very quickly. This is a Spanish wine podcast. I'm on autopilot.
Online taste.
Online YouTube tasting. So we're not going to spend time talking about Cabernet Sauvignon, Petit Verdot, Merlot, Syrah, but just worth mentioning, the principal three grapes here are from Bordeaux. So Cab Sauv, obviously, Merlot, obviously, and Petit Verdot are classic Cabernet Sauvignon varieties. Weirdly, Petit Verdot is not that easy to find in France now, and a lot of Petit Verdot is planted in Spain. Don't know why, but it works quite well here. Syrah, mythical Syrah, famous as Shiraz in Australia, that's from the Rhone. One of my probably favourite grapes in the world is Syrah. Anyway, Tempranillo, I'm sure some of you have heard of Tempranillo, but Tintia de Roca is our superstar here. Now, way back, like 400 years ago, the first writings of Tintillo, it made red wines with Tintillo, fine. But then, for a long time, Tintillo was used to make sweet wines, and this is an interesting method, because what they would do they would ferment these Tintillo, mostos with arrope. Now, arrope is when you take grape must, the liquid, grape juice, and you cook it out into like a syrup, arrope. So what you do is you add grape arrope, grape syrup, to normal grape must, and you ferment it together.
Oh my god.
It's really weird. So it's
Arrope is very common in Murcia.
yeah. So they would ferment.
I think it's a very Arab thing. Very.
Andalus, I suppose, yeah. So that was a very unique way of making a sweet wine. And as always, with these Andalusian wines, it was famous around Europe and people used to write about it. The problem is, it was always sort of in and around the town of, and Craig will remember this well, Rota.
Yeah.
So that's hence, so it never really went anywhere into the mainstream. Do you want to know a very fun fact?
Of course. I was waiting for that.
Tintilla de Rota has another name. And it's probably genetically not.
That's very common in Spain.
Yeah. It's probably not from Andalusia. What is the most famous wine region of Spain?
Rioja.
Uh-huh. Give me a grape from Rioja.
Graciano.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I knew it.
Oh my god!
Tricky Graciano.
Dude, sneaky little Graciano. So weirdly, it
God.
seems probable that genetically it is
very related.
Yeah, Graciano
Too related.
de Rioja originally is probably this. Obviously they have diverse ideas, but if you have a Graciano from Rioja, you could say you're having a Tintilla de Rota Riojana.
Okay, well, let's say that Tintilla de Rota is the La Cepa de Cádiz.
Yes, it's the local clone.
Exactly.
But it's very controversial, this. I mean, I personally...
In your country, you're very specializing.
We love
in
controversy.
cepas.
That means strains, and he's making a coronavirus joke. This will age well. When the world is over in 4 months, this will age really well.
Okay, so...
Oh, hang on, we've got... Before we carry on, we've got a lot of chat going on here. Why does everything in this country have to be non-spicy?
Well, that's something I...
Do you mean the food?
I
think you might mean the food.
refuse that, Chris, to accept that.
You don't have spicy food in this country.
We have spicy things.
Like what? Like what? Don't say bravas.
Patatas bravas.
That's
for
not
example.
spicy.
Thank you very much.
That's like not spicy.
But
It's
we have
piquant.
a lot of things good with these guindillas and...
They're not spicy though. Curry is spicy. Vindaloo is spicy. You guys have piquancy. It's not spicy. It's not like flipping hell. Yours is like,
But
oh yeah, there's a feeling in
That's
my mouth.
not nice.
Well, that's not the question. Doesn't matter if it's nice. It's not spicy. Laura also pairs well with chocolate.
I read that and I agree. Well, I haven't tried that.
Ever. I've got a friend who makes the best arrope I ever tried. Ever. Por favor. Mándame algo.
The last thing you need in your life is
Yeah, I do not need arrope.
a jar of rot.
Can I have a jar of flipping syrup? How do you use it? Do you put it on food at the end?
Well, no. Well,
Dessert?
we have it as a dessert. You have you can eat it with nice liqueur, wine, or even with bread, or as a.
Is it like a jam, I guess, like a syrupy jam? Or a honey
It's more
consistency?
liquid. More
Oh,
liquid.
interesting. So anyway, sorry. So, yes.
Of course I will.
He doesn't know what he means.
Thank you,
There's
Ever.
nothing spicy in Germany either. But they're all fighting in the chat. But he spent a lot of time with people who know what spicy food is, so he's trying to show off. Hey, I'm not getting involved in that domestic. So, now what do you
My
want?
michirones are spicy.
Hmm?
My michirones are spicy. Those
They're
beans
not
right
spicy
in.
at all. They're lovely. They're beautiful.
Okay.
They're not spicy is not a
We
sign.
have tasted it.
So, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about how they make the wine? Do you want to talk about the bodega? Shall I talk about the bodega first?
Yes, let's mention the bodega
Very
because
quick
we
thing.
have to be quick.
So very, very quickly, it's from 1821, 6th generation. I think we have some photos of the family as well. Started out making, Jerez style wines. You will know the famous one, Soler. It was a chap called Benigno Barbarillo. But this lady, she's Montserrat Molinas. This is another one of our women in wine, and she is the current enologist. What is interesting, she's Catalan, and she started her professional life in Empordà, in the northeastmost point, and now she's in Jerez, basically the southwesternmost point. So thanks to Montserrat, we have these wonderful Jerez-style fortified wines and whites and reds. but she's really a big fan of Vino de la Tierra de Cádiz, which maybe Mr. Madrid can tell us a little bit about.
Well, in the south of Spain, in the province of Cádiz, we have these two big wine regions. Well, we have more, but the main one is sherry. But we have this Vino de la Tierra de Cádiz. Let me show you the map. It's not, unfortunately, it's not in the map we have designed because we don't include the Vinos de la Tierra there. We considered to add 45 more colors to the map. We provoke an epileptic attack to our
So thank God
friends.
for Google.
So there it is. As you can see, it's more or less as the sherry area. There is like a little part that's separated.
And it's the same soil, the famous Albariza chalky soil as well.
I mean, there are so many things in common. There are 15 municipalities included, and as you can imagine,
Rota's there.
all the big ones are Puerto de Santa María, Jerez de la Frontera, Chiclana, Puerto Real. I mean, all these classic towns linked to the sherry wine are also linked to this one. The varieties, Palomino, of course, is the most important one, but also Garrido, Chardonnay, Moscatel,
Mantilla, I never heard of Mantilla.
Perruno.
Tú eres un perruno.
Macabeo, Sauvignon Blanc or Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon.
Pedro Ximénez, and the reds, as you can see here, you have Syrah, Monastrell, Merlot, Cintilla, Derrota, Petit Verdun, Cabernet Franc, Garnacha.
Which almost all of those are in this wine.
And of course the Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh yes, and to Craig, who's recently commented, I meant to say 6, not 7. That was my fault.
Well, the weather has very Atlantic
pretty lovely
influence.
Pretty nice.
It can be very hot here and there. It can be really, really hot, and that's one of the miracles of the sherry wine. The combination of humidity and heat and
one of the
and
keys.
lovely people and English around.
Yes. One of the keys is the famous soil, the Albariza soil, which acts like a ginormous sponge. So in those very hot months, and it does rain quite a lot but like
It rains a lot.
and it all gets soaked up
very
in the
wet.
soil. And in the summer months, your moist soil helps feed these.
As in Seville. In Seville rains a lot.
But at the
Every time I've gone to Seville,
But not
it's
in
been
summer.
raining. No, in summer people are dying. Under the sun.
Yeah, people think it never rains in the south. It does, but in winter you get some big rains. But they're like it's
very hot.
who does use? Now,
Chicos, I only count
I already
6
answered
varieties
him. I already
on
answered
the
him.
back.
It was my fault. I said 7 bucks. I misread my numbers. So we don't really.
Classic Darakat.
Now we didn't have any questions for today. We have got questions online, but we'll save those for another time because they're not really, they're actually questions for our podcast, but they're interesting. But anyway, we want to ask you things. So.
Yeah, questions from them?
Not from them. I have a question here from the internet, which I could quickly say. I know, screw it. I'll do this question here. We've got a very quick question from his name, Michael Zbarashuk. real email, real question. This is actually for our podcast, but it works for this today. Hi, Luke and Rocky. You guys are so amazing and sexy. Oh, stop it.
Especially sexy.
Oh wait, he didn't write that. My daughter and I were trying the Laia 2019 from Amansa, available on our shop, which is 70% Garnacha Tintorera and 30% Monastrell. My daughter asked me if they squish the grapes together or if they make 2 wines then blend together. I didn't know. Can you enlighten us? When does the combination of the 2 varietals happen? Thank you. Love the podcast. Trying to get more Spanish wines in Seattle. So we will also answer him on our podcast one day. But this relates to specifically this wine right now because we've got phone. We've got go back to the YouTube. Oh God, fat fingers.
Oh my God.
There we go.
No Darakat. Put yourself together.
Because we have 6 varieties here. Now these guys, they separately ferment.
Yeah.
Okay, which means they create Syrah wines, they create Merlot wines, they create different, and then they'll with
They make a
make a
assemblage.
assemblage. and they will tinker at the very end. That's how I would imagine most normal red wines work. You can co-ferment. It's a bit more risky.
Yeah, because when you make a fermentation, each grape has different needs.
Yeah, they were saying some of these have different yeasts depending on the grape, different times in barrel.
Exactly.
So it's and then also every year you might want to change it.
And we know from other famous blends that actually they have different agents sometimes.
Yeah. So maybe the Merlot and the Cabernet Sauvignon and the Tempranillo was in the second use. Maybe the Tintia was in the third use. We don't know, but that's part of the alchemy.
Yeah, I mean you want the best version of that monovarietal, and if you want that, you have to work it separately. And yeah, then you make the magic mixing the wine.
Oh, and then you make the magic.
Add more marmalade, more.
I need more Tintilla de Rota. So we have no more questions, and we're close to breaking the law.
Yeah.
So quick roundup. Remember, please do give us a goddamn like. Laura did it at the very start.
Give us a like.
How are we doing?
Upload your
check the numbers.
pictures.
Check the numbers. Check the numbers. How are we doing? How many likes have we got? Check those bloody
Oh
numbers.
my god! Okay.
Give us a like. We've got 8. It's pretty fair enough.
We want more.
Click the notification
I want
button.
5,000 one.
Tell everybody to join our tastings. This is only the first one. We still have the box
And
available.
the best way to do it is uploading a picture in your social networks.
Yeah. So Craig,
And tell them
Matthias,
you can
Laura,
imagine how amazing.
Ulrich, Eva, put your photos up now because we've got a magnum of Syrah from Yakla
Waiting for you.
waiting for you. So when's the next tasting?
Well, the next tasting is Valentine's Day, and it's gonna be Kalia. So I want you to put this beautiful bottle immediately in the fridge. Has to be properly chilled for Sunday night.
Thank
Remember
God.
to bring your lovers to the tasting. If you don't have lovers, a box of Kleenex. It's fine. To cry. You know, to dry your tears.
It's funny because it's true. All I'm saying is,
Right.
thank God it's a good wine on Sunday.
You are you perverted minded person.
Just call me English. So yes, we'll join all of you on Sunday evening at 9 again.
9 again.
9
Yes,
again?
we have advanced 30 minutes.
We'll see what happens tomorrow on Friday if they say new things. But at the moment, we're
At the
still
moment,
sticking on that.
there is a we cannot be on the street.
Can. I'm singing and learning. Me too, buddy. Eva, thank you, sexy guys. Right, well, let's let these people go. You need to run home, or you're going to be thrown
Yes,
down.
well, thank you very much for being there. Now, go outside and out there and talk to everybody about Tintia de Rota.
And tell them to buy our bloody boxes.
Yes. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Laura.